Hi, we're Joe and Brenda Jacobson. I just want to give a little bit of testimony of back in 1988. I had a visitor at my house. His name was Dan Hansen. My wife was working that evening, and it was very interesting. He knocked at my door, and his daughter Jessica was with him. And he came in and he said, Joe, I'd like to talk to you about some things. We had our son Matt was with me at home. My wife was at Methodist there working, and I said, sure, come on in. And he said, Joe, I got something very important I want to talk to you about. And he started off by saying, a lot of times when I talk to people about the Lord, which I'm going to talk to you about, there's interruptions. And with those interruptions, it can really just kind of take away what I'm talking to you about. And is it all right if Jessica takes Matt into the other room? And I said, sure, that's fine. And he told me about the Lord, told me I was a sinner, told me how to get saved and how to accept Jesus Christ as my Lord. And that's what I did that night. I just was so thrilled. I called my wife at work and had her call me back and at one of her breaks and told her about it and what a blessing it was. And she was excited for me, and she got home and we talked into the morning hours, I think it was. And the great part about being part of a church and a church family with our kids growing up in that church was they got to not only see the people that we grew up with and help teach us, but they got to meet new friends, and we continued to grow in the church and have new friends also. And then it's just a blessing to see not only our kids go to church, but then our grandkids, the third generation, going to church also now and learning from those same people and learning from those same lessons and having a church that leads you and brings you forward and convicts you and things like that. Some of the other things that I think that the main thing and the main message here is if that night wouldn't have happened, I don't think we'd be where we're at, and our third generation wouldn't be where they're at.
I had the privilege of growing up in this church, and something that I am so thankful for is now getting to raise my own kids in this church, that the standards and everything have stayed the same, though there might be someone different behind the pulpit and someone different teaching the Sunday school classes, the doctrine, the same Bible. None of that has changed. It's great to be able to have faith that my kids will grow up in the church just like I did, with people investing in them. And so many of those same people are still in the church and have remained faithful and are setting such a good example, not only to me, but also to my children. And that's something that's just priceless.
I think for me, not growing up in the church, one of my first memories was having our son Max shortly after we joined the church, and just really getting to experience what a church family is all about. They made meals for our family. They stopped by our house to see how we were doing. That was something new to me. Growing up, you didn't really interact with folks outside of church. You didn't invite them into your home. And so that was just a great experience for me, and really proved what a church family is all about. And then just through different trials that we've experienced as a family, different health situations, I don't know what we would have done without the prayers of our church family.
God has been so good to us. We are so thrilled to be able to go to church with our grandkids and our family all here at church, and it's just a joy.